Here's the thing that I'm as a pet peeve. I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. Is the press conference? Did you see the thing that AEW is doing the press conferences after the shows?
Like the media scrums?
The media scrums. Okay, yeah. Do you think that is a good idea or a bad idea?
I mean, it's you see it all the time in boxing and MMA. I used to do them when I was in Orlando, just because it was kind of an easy turnkey thing. And now it's just we're doing so much stuff. I just don't. We're a smaller system. It's hard to get all that stuff done. I think it's anytime you can give the media access and you have the wherewithal to do it, and you're prepared for like any and all questions.
Prepared.
It can be beneficial. And I think it takes time to get to that point where you can feel comfortable and have that rapport. I think Dana White's a master at it. I don't think there's anyone better than Dana White.
Here's the problem I see it in the context of professional wrestling and the way they're doing it is they're doing it. This to me it's just like a complete paradox. It's like you're doing it to try to give it like the sports feel, but you're letting the people in the press conference ask you questions about the writing and then creative and stuff and everything, like the work part of it. Like the whole purpose of it is to kind of try to keep the suspension of disbelief in place, but you're literally letting them ask you the questions that take the suspension of disbelief away. That's like you said, like if you have people prepared to answer questions when people ask you questions regarding creative, like to give the non-answer or whatever, I could see it working, but just like they're sending these guys out there, they're asking questions like, bro, you can't keep letting all these dirt sheet guys in there like ask all these questions and everything without really knowing exactly what the guys are going to say in return and stuff, I mean, that's just my take. That's just my personal criticism. So
I mean, I don't know. It'd be like that in football too. It's like you can ask Bill Belichick any and every question, and Bill Belichick will just stare at you. And the same thing with Popovich with the Spurs. You've seen his press conferences. It's like he'll say what he wants to say, but if he doesn't want to say, he doesn't have to. So
and he ain't afraid to bury you if you ask a stupid question, which I love.
Which I love too. So it's like, I think it's like you don't want to basically tell the media, here's what you can ask and not ask. Let them ask, and after a while they're going to this is what this guy's going to talk about, what he's not going to talk about, and this is how he's going to shut us down. And then he's going to move to the next person. I lost my opportunity to talk about it. So it just kind of becomes with, doing that and you get a feel for it. And Tony Khan's been around, major league soccer teams and also the Jags. So I think it's nothing new to him. I think
here's the problem is they're the ones that are covering the press conference. It's like, what I'm saying? It's like, it's like their press conference. It's like you usually go when you go to a press conference after a football game, ESPN, you're turning on ESPN to watch it. Right. Like you're not turning on CBS because the game's over and stuff. And they've you're watching different platforms. You're watching the media coverage of it, but they're kind of like putting it on themselves. That's my whole thing. Is like if you're gonna let the marks into the press conference, like asking questions that you don't know what they're going to ask, it's like. I don't know if that needs to be on your show. You know what I'm saying? Like they're making it part of their show. That's what I found interesting. Yeah,
I'm not familiar with that part. I know that they've been pretty open with the media and stuff. So I've only seen stuff that like other, that media outlets, wrestling media outlets have put out there. I haven't seen any of that stuff. So, it's also a weird time too in general because you start a blog or you start a website and you do a podcast that 5 people listen to, and now you're going to just say, hey, I need press credentials. I'm media. Right. Well, are you though? Like, let's define what media is in 2019. That's really hard to do. If you have a Twitter account, all of a sudden you could, are you media because you drop a bombshell? So it's like we're living in a time where like just the media in general is a very weird land. It's not wrestling media, just media in general. It's like it's kind of entertainment. It's kind of very politicized, and it's very gray. And a lot of people have very strong opinions about what the media is today. And I admire it in journalism. I love journalism, and I look at the ethics of the media, and I think it's true. Probably it's absolutely true in wrestling. It's also true in general, in a general sense, that we're in a bit of a journalistic crisis right now with what's going on out there. And journalism isn't journalism. It's manipulation to an audience of what they want to hear. And
it's booking.
it's very upsetting to me because it's like to get news the way it's disseminated now. It's crazy.
You gotta eat,
it's
bro.
crazy.
Like I'm very analytical when I read like if there's a big story coming out, I try to like I read the headline and then I try to like Google and find other points of view on the stuff. And it's sometimes if you like you know something about something, it's like you got to dig really deep to search to find the stuff. Like you got to go through a search engine. Like they make it like and we don't. And I think and this is the thing. People don't have that much time in the day for that. So like,
Dude,
we're giving media, you're giving your basic suggestions of recommendations, and that's what drives your narratives and stuff that it drives your thought. I tried to get beneath that and go and look under that, but that shit takes time. You know, it takes a long time. So like, the shit's passing you by. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're treasure hunting, and that shouldn't be journalism. Shouldn't be that. The facts and only the facts. And that's not, you don't see that anywhere. I don't care what your leanings are. That's the problem. The media and journalism in general. It's sad to me because I love the media. I love journalism, and to see how it's like just mutated into this now, it's disturbing because I just want the facts. I think the age of information should be about the facts, and it's tragically not. And it's a lot of weirdness, and I'm not saying right, left, center, whatever. It's just I'm in wrestling, one leaning towards the other or whatever. It's just in general. I think everyone sees it, and I think everyone also gets triggered by these headlines or whatever stories out there. So then they get caught up, and then everyone's talking about it, and it goes viral, and it gets traffic, and it gets hits
until the next one comes along.